Hey, morning, guys. I know that's a tough title, but so much truth to it. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to be ready for it. And it sucks on the spot, failure. You know, when you and I use the word, when I use the word failure, I use that word so we can all be on the same page and know what I'm talking about. But there's no such thing as failure in the sense that on the spot it sucks, no doubt about it. But you grow and you learn so much. And I know this might sound corny, but again, the point of the channel is for me to share how I view entrepreneurship. But for me, being an entrepreneur is you're an artist. You're creative, right? You've got this idea that you want to do, and with that comes risk, right? And there's a high likelihood that it might not work, and it might be different than what you thought, or it might not work at all, and it's a failure. But from whatever happens, you're gonna grow. You're gonna check that box. You're not gonna one day sit there on your deathbed and wonder why. That idea I had. I wonder what that would have been if I just gone through it. And for me, that's really I think what really drives me above and beyond being of service and being very mission driven, and you want to use my entrepreneurial talents to make a difference. It's really also about that. The word regret, I think, is another hard word to use. It's just I don't want to look back and wonder what it would have been like to try these different things that I'm interested in. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be interested, right? You have to be intuitive, and you have to try different things. And failure makes you grow. And I someone's been an entrepreneur my whole life, and I've had wins and I've had losses, and on the spot, again, the losses, quote unquote failure, whatever society wants to call them, they're very difficult. But looking back, it's made me grow as a human, and it's also made me grow more into who I am, right? Again, I don't want to sound corny, but this is also the point of life, right? It's above and beyond just creating a business. It's also about you figuring out who you are, what you're about, what you like to do, how to improve, continue improvement, and failure really helps you get there. Because the wins, you remember them, obviously, and they feel great, but the failures, you really feel them. And I think you learn more, and you've heard this before, and it's true, you learn so much more from your failures than you do from your wins. And that's why the title, Failures Are Great, is because they're so important. They really are so important. And any entrepreneur, and again, I have to have a conversation, you have to generalize, right? So there's always exceptions to all of these things I'm talking about. But in general, right? In general, most entrepreneurs that are quote unquote successful have had quote unquote those failures, right? And the reason I keep saying quote unquote is because the word success, that's a whole other video and other topics. It can mean different things to different people. The Western world, the world we live in the U.S., success, money, cars, all that stuff. I personally don't buy in completely into all that. I mean, obviously it's important to have money and support your family. To me, I would view the word success more about successful life, meaning you got to work on that idea, you got to go after it, you obviously being healthy, loving your family and your friends. That's more what I equate to success, not just I think what the media likes to call as success. But anyways, not to digress on that point. But any of those entrepreneurs, who had failures, it's what made them also be successful. And there's also, and again, I'm generalizing here, but a lot of entrepreneurs that I tend to get along with better, right, are the ones that have had those failures, and it's humbling, and they tend to be better people. The entrepreneurs that I have less in common with, and I find, again, I'm generalizing here, more annoying are and I feel sorry for, are these entrepreneurs that have had their first business take off, in college, and they went off to the races, and they nothing but grew, and I feel sorry. And again, I say that in a joking way, friendly way, because failure is so important. Again, personally, to to be able to dig deep and find out who you are and figure out what you're about and help you grow, that I think you become a better human, through failures. And as the Greeks used to say, and I believe in it, you suffer your way to wisdom. You really do. And entrepreneurship definitely helps you get there on the suffering part. And so you have to make sure that that's something that you're definitely keeping in mind. And this is also the purpose, as I said yesterday, the channel and the platform we put together is I want to increase your odds of not having, and there's different type of failures, right? I mean, some people would say, I failed. Well, because their business plan didn't turn out the way they thought it was going to turn out, but they're still going in a different direction. Some people might view that as a failure. And so, working, with a mentor, this could be me, if it's not me, I encourage you to go find somebody else. It's to basically increase your odds where it's not as big of a massive failure, right? And you're able to survive and keep learning, because time is the most valuable. Time, and money. Time really is the most valuable asset. And what I mean by money being valuable is just sense that you're going to run out of runway, right? And there's another video I'm going to do about traction. The other thing that first-time entrepreneurs underestimate is just how long it takes for something to take off, right? I mean, again, this channel, just started it. I put a bunch of videos, got 1 subscriber. My friend Angela, thank you, by the way. And that's 1 subscriber. And who knows, it might take years for this message to get out, and that's okay. That's okay, because this is part of my mission. This is what I want to do. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And so, being an older entrepreneur, I know that things take time, but first-time entrepreneurs think that, hey, I've got this great idea I'm going to put out there, and instant millionaire, or people can grab onto it. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to get people to see it. You got to get traction. That's really, that's underestimated how difficult it is to get traction. I'll do another video about that. So, again, having a mentor, could be me, somebody else, being part of a platform of a mentorship program helps you avoid a lot of those early mistakes. Have some come to Jesus conversations before you go planning the life savings or talking to an attorney, or all these other things that first-time entrepreneurs do, which I did, by the way, right? So when I say these mistakes, these are ones that I made, and again, they're not mistakes because they're part of the learning experience. But it'd be nice to have had somebody to tell me about all these things and basically approach it in a different way, so that I'm using that money more smartly, right? More effectively, my time more effectively. That's really what I want. I want you guys to be able to hit the ground running faster and more effectively, and go through your ideas and see if this one works or doesn't work, and just get to whatever success looks like for you in a more efficient, more peaceful way. Because kind of hacking at it and just starting and kind of following the status quo of and a lot of first-time entrepreneurs getting a logo made and worrying about the name and having NDA signs with investors and all these things. There's so many other things that you need to spend your time on to think about, and I want to help you do that. I mean, I enjoy it. I love to teach, love to mentor. I've been doing it for years. This is kind of like my first time, obviously, starting and putting it out on the internet, just because obviously that's the power of the internet, is I can hopefully reach more people and help more people as well. So I'll be try to put up more videos. Please subscribe, like, and comment. As I always say, comments help drive the conversation. So many different rabbit holes that I can go down that I want to talk about, and questions and comments help drive that and help me feed material to give you guys more to think about. So I appreciate your time, and look forward to meeting you all. Bye.